When a dog chooses to sleep beside someone, it usually means much more than comfort. Because in the emotional world of dogs, sleep is connected to trust. Every night, millions of dogs quietly search for the exact same thing. Not toys, not food, not entertainment, but closeness, warmth, safety, connection. And perhaps that's why so many dogs naturally choose to sleep beside the people they love most. Some curl up near your feet, some sleep pressed against your back, some rest their head on your chest as if they never want you to leave. To humans, these moments may feel small, ordinary even. But canine behavior experts believe these sleeping habits reveal something much deeper about emotional attachment, instinct, and trust. Because sleeping is one of the most vulnerable states any animal can experience. When a dog falls asleep, awareness decreases, reaction time slows, defenses relax. In nature, that vulnerability could become dangerous without protection nearby. That's why wild canines historically slept close together in groups, not simply for warmth, but for survival. Sleeping near trusted members of the pack increased security, emotional stability, and protection against threats. And even though modern dogs now live inside warm homes, part of that ancient instinct still remains deeply inside them. Which means when your dog chooses to sleep beside you, they may not simply be choosing a comfortable spot. They may be choosing the person who makes them feel safest in the world. Interestingly, researchers and canine behavior specialists often describe dogs as proximity-seeking animals. Emotional closeness itself helps regulate stress and create feelings of safety. And over time, the people dogs trust most become emotionally associated with calmness, comfort, and protection. That's why many dogs instinctively move closer to their owners during storms, during stressful situations, or while resting at night. Your presence changes how safe they feel. And scent plays a surprisingly powerful role in all of this. Dogs experience the world through smell in ways humans can barely imagine. Your scent is familiar to them, predictable, comforting, emotionally important. In fact, studies on canine bonding suggest that familiar human scent can help dogs feel calmer and more emotionally secure. Which explains why many dogs prefer sleeping on clothing, blankets, or beds that carry their owner's scent. To us, it may seem simple, but to dogs, familiar scent can feel like emotional reassurance. And perhaps one of the most emotional parts of all this is that dogs don't choose sleeping spots randomly. They observe constantly. They notice routines, energy, emotional consistency. Over time, dogs quietly decide which people feel emotionally safest to stay near. That's why not every dog sleeps beside every person in the house equally. Sometimes, dogs specifically choose one individual over everyone else. And surprisingly, the person they sleep beside most is not always the one who feeds them. Trust in dogs is often built through emotional stability, gentle behavior, predictable routines, calm energy. Dogs pay attention to these things far more than most people realize. Even the position your dog sleeps in beside you can reveal emotional meaning. For example, when a dog sleeps with its back facing you, Many people mistakenly think the dog is being distant. But behavior specialists often interpret this very differently. Turning their back toward you can actually signal deep trust, because the dog feels safe enough to relax without constantly monitoring the environment. And dogs that press tightly against your body while sleeping often do so for emotional regulation and physical reassurance. That physical contact helps reinforce feelings of connection and security. Some dogs even rest their head directly on their owner's chest or lap, partly because they enjoy maximum closeness, and partly because they want to remain aware of your movements while staying connected to you emotionally. Then there are dogs who curl themselves tightly into a ball while sleeping. This position is partly about warmth, but it's also deeply instinctive. By curling inward, dogs protect vulnerable organs and conserve body heat, behaviors inherited from survival instincts that existed long before dogs became household companions. And perhaps that's what makes these quiet nighttime habits so emotional. Because hidden inside ordinary moments, ancient instincts are still alive. A dog sleeping beside you may look peaceful and simple on the surface, but emotionally, there's far more happening underneath. Your dog may be seeking comfort, warmth, bonding, protection, or simply the reassurance that someone trusted is nearby. And interestingly, sleeping close also affects humans emotionally. Physical closeness between dogs and humans can increase oxytocin release, sometimes called the bonding hormone, which strengthens emotional attachment on both sides. Which may explain why sleeping beside a dog often feels calming, comforting, and emotionally grounding for people too. Of course, every dog is different. Some dogs love sleeping directly beside their owners every night. Others prefer resting nearby without physical contact. And some dogs occasionally choose solitude depending on temperature, stress levels, age, or physical comfort. In fact, experts note that sudden changes in sleeping behavior can sometimes signal discomfort, overheating, stress, or even physical pain. So paying attention to where and how your dog sleeps can reveal important emotional and physical clues. But for emotionally healthy and bonded dogs, choosing to sleep beside someone is usually a powerful sign of trust. Because dogs do not sleep deeply beside people they fear. They do not fully relax beside people who make them feel unsafe. Sleep requires vulnerability, and vulnerability requires trust. Maybe that's why these quiet nighttime moments feel so meaningful to dog owners around the world. A sleeping dog beside you is more than companionship. It's emotional permission, trust without words, a silent form of loyalty that dogs offer only to the people who make them feel secure. And if you want to deepen that emotional bond even more through positive mental stimulation, emotional connection, and science-based training, there's a program many dog owners have found incredibly helpful. It's called Brain Training for Dogs, and it focuses on strengthening communication, improving behavior naturally, and building a healthier emotional relationship with your dog through mental engagement instead of punishment-based methods. You can find it in the description below if you'd like to explore it further. And by the way, if you enjoy these emotional deep dives into canine psychology and behavior, don't forget to subscribe to Canine Code. Because every week, we explore the hidden emotional world of dogs and the quiet behaviors that often mean far more than most people realize. So tonight, when your dog slowly curls up beside you before falling asleep, take a moment to notice what's really happening. Because in that quiet little moment, your dog may be saying something incredibly simple. I feel safe with you. And in the emotional language of dogs, that may be one of the deepest forms of love they can give.